Welcome everyone, Jason here. Today we're doing a very special video. I've been wanting to do this video for a very long time. We're going to go in depth into the filming locations for Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. Come with me. Welcome to Covington, Georgia. Many of the scenes in Friday the 13th Part 6 were filmed here and in the surrounding countryside. And many other movies and television shows were filmed here, such as Vampire Diaries, The Dukes of Hazzard, the coming-of-age camping classic Little Darlings, and one of my favorite camping movies, the Michael J. Fox classic, Poison Ivy. Aside from all the tax incentives in the state of Georgia, I can really see why a lot of productions choose this area to film in. We start off at the beginning of the movie, where Tommy and Rorschach are entering the cemetery looking for Jason's grave. If you want to come check the place out for yourself, this is the Old Madison Cemetery in Madison, Georgia. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to visit this cemetery after seeing it in the movie. I never knew back then that it was an actual cemetery. A very old cemetery, in fact.
Some folks have a strange idea of entertainment.
You can clearly see some of these headstones throughout the cemetery scenes in the movie. The filmmakers picked the best locations for this movie because literally all of the filming locations still exist till this day. Okay, this is a good one. These are the tracks that Tommy drives his truck over, trying to get away from the sheriff and get out of the cemetery. Okay, the track and the roads still look the same today, but that was a fake entrance that was built for the film. Alright, now I'm going to try to retrace all the steps when Tommy was being chased through the cemetery by the police.
Sheriff, wait! You gotta listen!
I'm tired of listening to you, kid.
This is about the same area where Tommy got tackled.
Wherever the red dot goes, you bang.
Well, that's it for the cemetery. Now Tommy gets taken off to jail. And now we're at the Forest Green County Sheriff's Office, situated right on the outskirts of downtown Covington, Georgia. Uh-oh, sheriff's arrested someone else. Well, the place is closed for the day, but it looks like it's being used as some sort of medical resources office now. The entrance pretty much looks the same, but the interiors are different. And that's what brings us to our next building. From everything that I've been able to find, this building right next to the sheriff's station is where they filmed the interiors of the station.
Come on, Dad. You can at least have Rick drive out to Cunningham Road and look for him.
Megan, my deputy has more important things to do than to look for camp counselors with car trouble.
Come on, Sheriff. Can't you put out like an all-points bulletin or something? You know, that'd be wicked decent of you.
Does your mother own a sewing machine, kid?
Excuse me.
Hey, off.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So we can kind of match up the windows in the background of those scenes, and you can see that they're tall and thin, just like these windows. And wait a second, I think I just realized something. There was a tree right outside of the windows when Megan was trying to balance the chair. I think that the background windows in that scene were on the side of the building, not the front of the building. But the deck on the front of the building seems like it would have prevented there being any trees in front of the building. I can't believe I just realized that after all these years.
I'm not kidding.
You better do as she says, because wherever the red dot goes, you bang.
So then Megan and Tommy escape the sheriff's station, and this is the exact same railing that you see in the background when they run to the car.
Buddy took your key.
He did.
And then they speed off in the car, right through that same intersection. You can match up the buildings and all the windows, and even see the courthouse in the background. It all still looks the same.
Where are you? I'll come pick you up.
What?
It's the only way. If my father sees you in your car, he's gonna nail you in a second. Where are you?
Karloff's General something,
I know just where it is. I'll see you in a half hour.
And here we have Karloff's General Store. This is where Tommy stopped to call Megan from the phone booth.
Megan.
I can't believe that this building is still standing. You can clearly see the shape of the door and the two windows in the side building there. It looks exactly like it did in the movie. All the signs and the telephone booth are gone, but I think that was all set dressing. I think this building's been abandoned for several decades. I'll never get over the fact that all the filming locations for this movie are still around today. That's almost unheard of with horror film locations. So we've followed Tommy here to Hard Labor Creek State Park, just outside of Rutledge, Georgia. And now we have to find our way to the actual camp, which is a little further in. Welcome to Camp Daniel Morgan. This camp is usually locked when it's not being used by the Boy Scouts or other campers. The park rangers were nice enough to give me keys and let me roam around the camp for a few hours. Here we go, on my way into the camp. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Will you take it easy? It's hard enough to read this thing.
Well, who told me to take this cow path?
Wait a minute.
Okay, the scene where the couple gets lost in the woods trying to find the camp and runs up on Jason, I couldn't find any information on that scene, so it could have been filmed anywhere along this road, somewhere in the woods. In the movie, they were driving down a dirt road, but back then, I think this road was unpaved. I think it was a dirt road.
I was just kidding, Elizabeth.
Darren, we better turn around.
Why?
Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
Don't leave home without it. I came appropriately dressed today. I couldn't show up at Camp Crystal Lake without donning the mask. And the first building we come across is the mess hall, which also doubles as the girls' cabin. We see a lot of this building at the beginning of the film when the counselors arrive.
TV?
TV.
Dad.
I don't know about that guy, Megan. He seemed pretty weird with all that Jason stuff.
You know what you need, Megan? I've been telling you this forever. You need a guy like me, hey?
And here we go into the kitchen. And wow, it hasn't changed much at all. The stove might be original, but you can't see it in the movie. The counters look the same, but it looks like they cut a piece of it away for this deep freezer.
What if he did come back here? Looking for the camp counselor that caused him to drown as a boy. Searching for the one that decapitated his vengeful mother. Just because our parents keep telling us that Jason was only a legend doesn't mean it wasn't true. And you do know what today's date is, don't you? And I can think of only one thing, even more terrifying.
What?
Yay, the kids are here.
They were looking right out these windows when the bus pulled up. You can also see this sign with a roof over it in the background.
Okay. Anything else?
Hey, you guys, I'm getting worried.
About Jason?
No, about Darren and Lisbeth.
This is one of the most well-preserved filming locations I've ever been to. A lot of the stuff is still standing. The fact that they let you come to this camp and just roam around, I find that amazing. Alright, let's go dig up some more about Jason.
Dig him up? Does he think I'm a farthead?
I found the campfire area where all the kids were sitting. Literally nothing's changed about this area. All the benches, the rock work, it's all still there.
What happened to Court? Are you ready? He's taking the young men off to teach them my favorite sport. Which is? Boy Scouting, honey.
I'm pretty sure this is the exact tree they were leaning up against. This is where the two lovebirds were parked in their RV for the night. And you can't do that in a Jason movie and expect to live through it.
What happened to it?
I don't know, but I say unless you want to look exactly like it, we make this place a memory right now.
And that was a bit of foreshadowing because things did not end well. And now we're stalking the girls' counselor cabin.
Paula, I can't sleep. I'm scared. I saw someone at my window.
Jason was standing about right here when he was creeping outside the cabin. Well, it's full of beds right now, but it was a little more open when it was dressed for the movie. Alright, we're going to kind of recreate the scene here where Jason bursts through this door and grabs the counselor. Alright, we're back at the mess hall, but this time we're going to take a look at the girls' cabin.
No, I lay down to sleep. I pretty little myself thinking if I should die before I wake up, I look at myself.
And this is about the same spot where the little girl's bed was. You can actually see this fireplace burning a fire in the background when Jason's walking into the room. Now we moved over to the boys' cabin. Now this cabin's pretty iconic in this movie. It's used as a very recognizable set piece in the background of some of the most important scenes of the movie. Fortunately, it was unlocked so we could take a look inside, but I don't think that would ever stop Jason. I think this cabin has started to deteriorate a little more than the other cabins. It might be older. It's not looking great in here. Check out this back section. It's like all the windows are boarded up. It's really dark back here. Really creepy. Now, this is definitely like something out of a horror movie. Alright, I'm out of here.
Come on, boys, let's go.
Alright, now here's something that's easy to recognize. It's the firewood shelter where Jason takes out one of the deputies. Alright, I'm exploring some of these other cabins, trying to find a very specific spot. Ah, there it is. This is where the sheriff shoots Jason several times. But he just keeps coming back. That same tree that he passes by is still there. Jason would have been laying right here on the ground at the corner of the building. Time to head down to the lakefront. A lot of the recreational stuff is gone. The canoes are different. The dock looks the same, but the lights are gone. I'm not sure if all that was set dressing or not. I can't believe I'm able to walk out on the dock like this. Crystal Lake, everyone. The State Park Service actually does canoe trips around this lake. They have several packages available, so if you're ever here, go check it out. Alright, we're gonna try to recreate another big scene.
That's it. Come on, maggot head. That's it. Come on. It's over. It's finally over. Jason's home.
Alright, that was a lot of fun to film. It was definitely a bucket list item for me. I'm glad you guys could come along for the ride. Thanks for joining me on this trip through Friday the 13th history. If you like it here, please subscribe to the channel. By doing so, it'll keep you up to date on further adventures. Get instant updates for future content by ringing that notification bell. And if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. It really helps the channel. See you next time.